Okay, so what I've done here is I've created a database called blocking test. I've created a table in there, and I've just put 1,000 rows into that table. And the table just has a GUID or a unique identifier that I'm using, and I'm just going through and I'm updating it. But I'm doing that inside of a transaction, and then I'm doing a select statement. But what I'm going to do in one window is leave the transaction hanging, and then there are 3 or 4 other windows. What I'm going to do is run that same query so that it's showing up and it's figuring out, or so it's showing up as blocking. So the one transaction that was left open is currently doing the blocking. The other 3 queries I ran there are being blocked by this. Example, years ago, I was working with a developer who was debugging on the live system, and they stepped halfway through the code and ended up in a position where they left the transaction open and they got a phone call, and a similar thing happened to what we're seeing here. We go into Database Health Monitor. We can see that there is the blocking query. You could click on it and just go kill session, and that would terminate the one blocking query and let the other ones through. But what it's showing you here is this is the blocker, and then through the blocking tree, it shows all the other ones. There's also a right-click menu option there that we can use in order to click and terminate all of the queries that are in the blocking tree. It's usually best to figure out what's going on and figure out how to fix it. But in a real bad scenario, sometimes you just have to kill them all off and let them pile up again and get things cleared. So here's the blocking by hour report in Database Health Monitor. And then this is the current active blocking queries right now, the ones that are currently blocking right this minute. What we're also going to take a look at is the SQL Performance Monitor, which is part of Database Health Monitor. And I actually built this around a blocking scenario and being able to catch those blocking queries that are running during some major event that might be happening on your website. So you just open up the performance viewer from Database Health Monitor, and what you can see in the kind of the middle panel there is blocking queries. And you can see that it's showing the query that's being blocked, as well as all the queries that are being blocked by it. And if we sit here for a minute and let it run, it's checking about every 10 seconds or so, and it's increasing the block count, meaning the amount of queries that have been blocked over time are going up and up and up. Now, let's say you've got a busy system that has several blocking queries. What this is going to do is help you identify what are the biggest blockers, and then gives you what you need to understand what's blocking, and then you can go and figure out how to fix them. One thing that's handy with this is it also gives you missing indexes that it catches while this is going on. So if we go back, we can go right back to the blocking query report, and we're just going to go into the first one there and click terminate it or kill the session. And then we're going to refresh, and you can see that as soon as we killed that one session, all of the other queries cleared out. And we can see that it completed over here because all we did was it ended up closing out the transaction. And then the other queries that were running in SQL Server Management Studio were able to finish running. So that's kind of the summary overall on blocking queries. And you can see in the blocking or in the performance monitor here, the count of blocking queries is no longer increasing in this report. So that kind of sums up the blocking queries, how we find them and how we see them with Database Health Monitor.
Thanks for watching. I'm Steve, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please click the thumbs up icon. And if you want to subscribe, click subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified when we have new videos. All right, have a great day.